Welcome to this live interview with Lana Shepherd, who is the owner of Biz Academy. It's an academy that trains and teaches entrepreneurs how to A-level their game and become highly successful. And I'm telling you now, this lady, Lana, is absolutely on the highest level of experience and expertise in coaching people in how to become successful in business. But that's enough about me talking about you. Lana, why don't you tell us in your language, what is it that you help entrepreneurs do?
We at Biz Academy help entrepreneurs become better business owners, whether that be in financial literacy, business planning, launching their business, growing their business. Strategic planning is another area. And we look at it in a holistic way, in the sense that we're making sure that that entrepreneur has all of the support they need, whether it be personally or financially, business wise, for the entrepreneur.
Wow, so a really holistic approach, like
Yes.
everything. And your speciality, your background is all about numbers and accounting, isn't it?
Yes, I love numbers. I love financial literacy and being able to teach entrepreneurs how to read those numbers and the power of those numbers when they're making business decisions. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
It's something you don't hear people say much is I love numbers.
No, people just kind of cringe and go, "Oh, I don't want to do that. It's painful." But when you learn it and you understand it, it's amazing what business decisions you can make using those numbers.
Amazing, amazing. So
Yeah.
let's get into it. Where were you at in your life and in business before you met me and we started working together?
Basically unconscious and in autopilot. Seriously, I was overwhelmed. I was stressed to the max. I
Yeah.
had a business with 12 staff and about 600 active clients and doing bookkeeping and payroll. So you're constantly chasing deadlines, whether it be
Mm.
tax deadlines, year-end deadlines, demands of clients, payroll. We did payroll for over 200 companies. So every week you were chasing deadlines. That's all you did. So I never knew one day to the next whether that light at the end of the tunnel was a train or actually the sunshine. Like it,
Wow.
it was overwhelming, and it's exhausting when you're doing it for years and years. So
Mm.
14 years, that's the routine that I had, as well
Wow.
as raising some kids, being a single parent. You just got to the point where you didn't want to feel anymore. You just needed to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where I just had blinders on and I knew what my task list was every day. And the minute I
Mm.
jumped out of bed in the morning, I was off doing tasks. It didn't take a minute of the day to spend it on me, take a breath, quiet your mind, do anything.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
constant.
And so were you working weekends as well?
Weekends, doing all-nighters. Like there was times
Wow.
I'd leave the office at 6 in the morning, shower, and go back to work by 8 o'clock when staff came in, and I'd worked all night. And I
My
just,
goodness.
you're busy with staff all day, so that by 5 o'clock, when everybody else goes home, then your day starts. So now you have all of your administrative work to do. I was getting 150, 200 emails a day. So you got
Wow.
all that to answer to, you got to stay on top of it, right? So
Mm.
it's exhausting, absolutely exhausting.
Wow. Did you know that like you were in trouble? Like did you know that you were like, had problems and challenges?
Yes and no. I think you have this kind of state of denial, and you really don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
You kind of lie to yourself and go, no, it'll be fine. Next week will be better, or whatever the case may be. So I knew, but I didn't want to go there because I knew it would take some work to get myself out of that condition
Okay.
and moved into a new one.
Yeah, I got
And
it.
it's hard work. I knew there would have to be some work done to do that. So yeah.
So Did you actually try looking for solutions or ways out of your situation?
Oh yeah, I've taken courses. I'd started some of the pre-work before I met you. So
Mm,
I've taken some courses through several other individuals. And
yeah.
so that kind of, gave me the light bulb moment that this sucks. I don't want to stay here
Mm,
anymore. And you get yourself mentally prepared, I guess, to actually dig in and start doing the work and be committed to it.
yeah. Yeah. So had you had some kind of insights or breakthroughs with previous people that you'd worked with to
I had some, yeah,
mm,
but not to the level that I think doing one-on-one is different than going and taking a course with 5,000 other people in the room.
I
You know,
see. Okay.
I think that one-on-one, like I got some of the theory, I got some of the ideas,
Mm,
you know, started asking the right questions of myself, like what did I want? What did I love about life? Which I couldn't answer. I had no idea. It was like, what do you mean? What do I love? I have no idea because all I've done is work for 25 years or whatever the case may
yeah,
be,
got it.
provide for my family. That's all I focused on. I didn't look
Right.
at absolutely anything else.
Okay.
You
So
get some of the theory, but until you work one-on-one with somebody, I don't think you can get really right down into the weeds because you need someone to
mm,
guide you through that. And that's one of the solutions you gave me is you asked me the right questions and called me on some of my stories, right?
so there you were in a situation where you were overwhelmed, you couldn't see a light at the end of the tunnel, you were working weekends and even nights on weekends, and you'd
Yeah.
kind of done some self-development like these weekend events, and you'd had some shifts, but nothing was really kind of shifting much. And then how did you find out about me?
I don't even remember.
It's a bit blurry, wasn't it?
What did I think I watched something on Facebook or LinkedIn, and then Linda and I reached out to you.
Ah, yes, that was it. And then we
I
just
don't,
got into a conversation from there, didn't we?
yeah, I don't know if I found you on Facebook or I was watching something,
I think it was through
watching,
LinkedIn.
yeah,
Through
possibly
LinkedIn.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what you watched was one of the sessions where I brought a team of people through like a transformational breakthrough
Yeah.
that I led for entrepreneurs.net. I think that's what
Yeah.
it was. That's what it
Possibly.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're one of the people that was there live. You just got watched a part of the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And then we connected after that. That was it. So
That's right.
what was it that piqued your interest about getting into conversation with me?
I think just how you were teaching it and your process. It's
Okay.
very authentic, I guess would be one word for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just had a connection to you that and the conversation that we had, you and I clicked. It was like,
Hmm.
yeah, this is the right person for me.
Yeah, yeah, got it. So it was basically having a conversation. In that conversation, you just,
Yeah.
yeah, we clicked, as you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what what were the what was it like receiving the coaching? I mean, what kind of insights did you have that made a difference? And what was the
Uh,
difference?
Biggest thing, limiting beliefs. I'd say
Mm.
something and you'd spin it around and give me a totally different angle. And it's like, I never even thought of that, right?
But can you be specific?
What did you say?
Like what? What kind of insights did you have like that?
Oh, like just, hesitation, I guess. Like I wanted to sell my business, for example. So kind of had things kind of going, but I hadn't taken that next step. And you made me look, okay, so what if? And we
Mm.
started looking and putting the vision together that, once you sell that business, what's life going to look like? So
Mm.
you took me to a whole different level of what life could look like, which is what I really wanted. And once I got to there, it gives you that extra drive to push through the rest of the crap and make it happen.
Yeah, nice. That's
So
inspiring.
that's really the biggest thing. And you called me on my bullshit. I'm sorry to swear, but really that's what it is, right? I'd say something thinking it's true, and you'd be going, I it is not. Like, and you call me on it. And I appreciated that, because that's what I think as a coach, that's what's important, is you listen and go, yeah, no, in and around, and, that little shift of perspective. And it made me go, yeah, no, that's not the way it should be.
But did you
But in your
feel?
own mind, you've been telling yourself that for so long that you believe it.
Okay, yeah. So what you're speaking about there is kind of like deeper ways that we subconsciously view ourselves in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got it.
Exactly.
Did you feel like I was actually listening to you though when we were having those
100%,
conversations?
100%.
Okay. Because for a minute then I thought it seemed like I was just telling you, no, that's not true. I'm just telling you
No,
instead.
you were listening to exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
You heard what it really was, not what I was thinking. Okay?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So in your very kind, sweet way, you were able to go, yeah, have you thought of it this way? Or you would ask me the questions for me to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
So you knew how to guide me through in a loving way without, and making me see it, which is what coaching is all about.
Yeah, nice.
Help you grow, help you push through some of, whether it be limited beliefs or your own hesitations, like confidence, self-esteem, whatever the case may be. You just need someone to kind of hold your hand and walk you through it.
Yeah, nice. So once you had that vision, it was a relatively new vision, wasn't it? Being free of a company that you'd been kind of stuck in for so long, right?
I tried to sell for 7 years, Dan.
Okay, so you tried to sell your business for 7 years before we started working together.
And never had the guts to go and get it done.
I see. Okay, so it's not something you tried to do. You just thought of it as something that you could possibly maybe, but never actually put it in action.
No.
I see. Okay.
No. So getting that new vision and knowing this is what life could be, rather than what it was like, oh yeah, let's get there. So by working with you, putting together the plan, having that vision, I can't remember, it was 3 years or 5 years.
3 years.
3 years. That's huge benefit as well, because you're not looking at just the time flies when you're having fun, right? So 6 months or a year really isn't far enough. And I think too, in your own mind, you think, I didn't get any of that done. I haven't done any of that in the last year. Why should next year be any different? So you need to extend it a little bit farther out so that you can say, okay, this is what I'm going to do in 3 years. So you've got a farther focus, I guess, out, and got your eye on the ball.
Yeah, well, it's about creating that really great, huge vision and just dreaming about it without any dates or times, and then saying, okay, so let's say that you accomplish that in 3 years from today, just everything happened, went your way, what would then need to happen, in the next 2 years, 1 year, month, week, today, the most effective actions. So then we created that vision, then we broke those down into those actions. Then what next did you experience?
Chunk size, taking it in little chunk size. It wasn't so overwhelming.
Nice.
Because even when you're doing the dreaming and looking at it in 3 years, you still have that little monkey mind in your head going, yeah, you'll never do that. Like, dream all you want, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I think everybody has that, because that's just your little negative talk to yourself, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But when you do and you dream big, and you really encouraged me to go, don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't worry about any of that, the details to it. Just really, if all the stars aligned and everything was fantastic, where would you be in 3 years? That helped a lot too, right? So and then taking and reverse engineering back and going, okay, well, that's where you want to be in 3 years. So what do you need to do in, where do you think you might be at 2 year, 1 year, or what are the little chunk sizes? Like, what could you do for 10 minutes every day?
Yeah, nice.
While I'm thinking of this, one of the other things that you challenged me on is I'm an avid book reader.
Yeah.
And I've read over 300 books in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And reading, just taking all this information in. And one of the things you said to me is okay, when you finish reading a book, have you taken it and executed anything you've learned? That's another top thing that you challenged me on. So I have been doing that, where I'm taking the book, whatever I've read, and I'm taking whatever I'm learning and actually executing it, rather than just taking in the information.
Yeah, nice, very good. Yeah, because otherwise we just get a habit of taking in information, but it's only, is knowledge power? No, knowledge isn't power. It's knowledge put into action that's power.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Really
so that's
good.
One of the other huge takeaways I took from working with you, is taking that knowledge that I've got and actually using it, executing it.
Yeah, nice.
Life.
And so just to bring the view up to date, after that, what we did was first we laid out all the roles of everybody in your business, worked out who did what, and then looking at everything that you had to do on a daily basis, and then bit by bit delegating them to each person and preparing them and the whole business for sale, right?
Exactly. That, and then just being really focused on getting the profit up as high as possible. Like making sure that I had as high, and I took it into 7 figures.
Yeah.
Sales of the revenue of the business was 7 figures, which for women entrepreneurs, only 2% of women entrepreneurs have 7-figure businesses.
Check that out, Lana. You're in the top 2%.
Which I was super stoked.
Yeah, nice.
I was able to. And the business that I had in just doing bookkeeping and payroll is one of the largest in Canada.
Wow.
So I didn't do any tax work. I didn't have accountants working for me. So we just strictly did bookkeeping and payroll. So what we did was unheard of. In most bookkeeping firms are 1 or 2 people, and they're maybe $300,000-$400,000 in sales at the most. At the high end, most are a lot smaller than that. They're individuals or whatever. So what I built over 14 years was unique in itself.
Yeah, wow.
So, and then one of my competition bought me out, which was even cooler.
Amazing. So then you got into conversation with your competitors.
Yeah.
And how she called you?
Yeah. Well, I'd had 2 large, some of the big firms of accounting, they're all getting into bookkeeping now.
Right.
So I actually had 2 of them approach me and want to buy me out. The offer they gave me was ridiculous.
So how did they know that you were selling?
They approached me because they're trying to get into bookkeeping, and they were trying to steal my clients. And the clients were going, I'm not leaving Lana. Like, I like working with Lana.
So that's how they found out about you?
Oh, yeah. So I was a pain in the butt.
But
so
isn't
they're trying to take me out.
But isn't it fascinating how that happened at the same time that you were actually choosing to sell the business?
Oh, yeah. It's all universe manifestation. I was on the same vibration and making it happen.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I don't know how the owner that bought me, I don't know how she found out, but she found out from one of the accounting firms that I was talking to another accounting firm, like Saskatoon Small, right?
Oh, right. Yes.
She phoned me out of the blue. I'd never talked to her. We had, traded clients over the years, all this kind of stuff. But she phoned me and she says, you can tell me to bugger off or whatever, but I've heard that you're wanting to sell, that you're talking to such and such. And you can't sell to them. I want to buy you. That's how it happened.
Wow. Brilliant.
And she's a younger version of me. So it's kind of weird that she's now taken the company, and she'll continue to grow it.
Nice. So then then obviously you did the deal. You came up with your figure.
Yeah.
And she agreed, did she?
Yeah. And I structured it that I got a chunk of payment up front, and then 3 years now she'll pay me a percentage of sales.
Can you give any kind of a hint?
For her too, right?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So can you give a kind of a hint to the viewer of how much that was for?
It was a high 6 figures. That's all I
High 6 figures. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
So then you did that deal, and then you kind of coached or mentored her to take over from you, right? in the
Yes.
business. Yeah,
So she
nice.
took over February of 2020, 1 month before COVID.
Wow.
So thank you, universe, because if it would have been COVID, I think it would have all fallen apart. And
Wow.
then for a year, I spent X number of hours a week with her,
Mm,
mentoring. And of course, it was a nightmare because of COVID and just
mm,
everything upside down and all the government subsidies and
mm.
just absolute nightmare getting through it. But we
Yeah.
persevered. She's basically come out the other end with where things are at right now. We hardly lost a client, which I was
Wow.
grateful for. Like
Well,
we could,
that's you all over. That's your commitment to service.
yeah, we plumbed through and made it through it all and helped our clients get through it and help them apply for whatever subsidies to keep them alive, basically.
Amazing. So all of a sudden there you are, you've agreed to sale,
Yeah.
sign the line, and then coached and mentored her for a year. And then obviously COVID's hit and you've guided her through all of that, which would have been somewhat challenging. But now you've got to the point where you've sold the business successfully. She's got a successful business full of clients. You've now removed yourself fully, but you've got the profits from the sale to enjoy. And what impact has that had on your life?
Oh, lots.
Like what?
I have like zero stress. I can get up in the morning and my feet don't hit the ground and go, okay, whose books do I need to work on?
So you've gone from stressed and overwhelmed to no stress.
Oh, the pendulum's gone completely the other direction.
Oh
Like
my
seriously.
goodness.
So I can get up in the morning and enjoy my mornings. I sleep good at night. I don't have the business on my mind 24/7. Because
Nice.
if you're not working on it, you're thinking about it all the time.
Nice.
We launched Biz Academy 2 years ago. We started.
Okay, so yeah, tell the viewer about this business now that you've now created.
And it's basically just training entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. So, I had the one business, but I've had 4 or 5 businesses over the years. I've been a single parent. I had a husband that died of cancer.
Wow.
I've had, some people have said, Lana, you've lived 100 lives. And some days I really think I have lived 100 lives and survived all of them. So if you can come through all of that, and I've got grown children now. I've got 3 children. 2 of them are over the age of 30. So, I look at all these new little entrepreneurs, and if I can take my knowledge and experience and pay it forward so that, they're still going to have their failures, which to me is growth. There really is no such thing as a failure business if you take the lessons and grow from it. But if I can take all of that information and help other entrepreneurs grow their businesses, teach them how to be smart with financial literacy, knowing how to read the numbers, because that's what kills most businesses in the first couple of years. They don't know how to read their financials. They try and grow and they go broke. Cash flow is king. You need to know where your cash is. That's one of the biggest things.
That's huge advice.
Yeah. And right now, we're working on our 4th cohort with women that are immigrants to Canada and helping them be business owners.
Wow.
So doing business plans, and it's amazing the ideas that these women have got for businesses. It's just, and they're international, right? So I just love it.
Wow.
So
Like the way you're sharing about it, you can just see how lit up and alive you are.
Oh, I love it. So they're doing business plans. They're learning financial literacy. I'm helping them set up their bookkeeping. We've done some on leadership. Like, how do you be a business owner and have staff, or business negotiations in Canada, because it's different than coming from India, Japan, China, wherever you are from. How do you conduct business in Canada? Like bartering, there is no such thing here. Like, you go wheeling and dealing on numbers. Some people take an offense to that in Canada because it's not how business is conducted. So the more we can teach them, really, or eye-to-eye contact is another big one. A lot of countries, you don't look people straight in the eye. If you don't look a person straight in the eye in Canada, they think you're lying to them. Like
Wow.
that's just the differences.
Amazing.
So there's so much that I think we can give them in their little business toolbox, if you want to call it that, to strengthen their skills so that when they do venture out and start their business, they're prepared to be able to take it on, and they can come back to us if they need help with anything.
Yeah, great.
So I'm having
Amazing.
the time of my life
Wow.
working with my
I
entrepreneurs.
can feel it from you. Like you're having the time of your life, and you're also getting to just give back after all those years of self-development and all those businesses that you failed in before succeeding, and all the experience you're now being able to give it back to people, and you're doing it in a way that really fulfills you, you know?
Oh, 100%.
It's
And I think that's
wonderful.
important of us that are older, that are, doing the succession exit plan, that sort of thing, that we take that and share it down into the newer entrepreneurs, like the startups, the small
Mm,
businesses, like mentor them, help them be strong, because that's our economy. These are the small businesses is what keeps the country alive. It's not the big conglomerates that are keeping, the
mm.
economy going. It's the small businesses that are making the moves and keeping the strength to the country. So if
Yeah,
they don't
nice.
have support, we're in big trouble. So, and really what we do is also international. Like I have clients outside of Canada as well, which is really intriguing, because really entrepreneurs, if you got a problem in a business, it's pretty well universal.
It's
Doesn't
the
matter where
same
you
language,
are.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's all the same. The only difference might be the way your taxation is and how you file your corporate tax returns, maybe might be
Yeah.
really the only difference. But all the other struggles that come from business, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's the same thing.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So looking back at the beginning, what was it that made you say, okay, I'm going to work with Dan?
I think it was just our conversation and our connection.
Okay.
And I think having a coach that, and I knew you were genuine and sincere, and
Mm,
you were going to look out for my best interests. Like
yeah,
that,
got
that's
it.
how I felt. And it was that connection. And I think that's really important, that you've got a coach that, and we had some pretty interesting conversations where you got to be pretty raw and vulnerable, and not only honest to myself, but honest to you as well,
Mm,
and then take that information and follow through. So I also had to be accountable. So when you
yeah.
had homework, I had to make sure I got my homework done, because there's no way I was coming on. I wasn't coming on the next call telling you I didn't have my homework done. No way.
So who do you think my programs are good for?
Oh, anybody that's in business, period. I don't think.
Really? As broad as that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, really, when you think about it, there isn't anybody, because anybody that's going through life that wants to better themselves, live a better life, be really want to grow,
Mm,
get to that next level, that's where you've got skills that are, as a coach, are priceless, really. The
well, got
value
it.
is 100% guaranteed.
So what would you say to somebody who's like heard about me or is watching me online and they're interested, to possibly work with me? What would
Do,
you say to them?
do it now.
Okay.
If they feel that the connection is there, because again, relationship is gold, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of
Then
course.
then it's worth everything to take the course, take you on as a coach, whatever the case may be, and make it happen. You can sit
Yeah.
and think about it all you want, but until you take that step and actually make it happen, you're not going to know. And I have
Yeah.
zero regrets. Zero regrets.
No, thank you. Thank you for the
Yeah.
acknowledgement. Yeah, thank you. I mean, and I know what it was like for me. It's like, unless I just got in conversation or just asked a question about a coach or a mentor, then I'd never have ended up working with them. And my life just,
Yeah.
wouldn't look like the way it does now if it wasn't for that.
Everybody should have a coach.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a coach.
In fact, I just want to share with you my view of where I live now. I think you'll appreciate this.
Oh, you're going to make me ill.
look at this here.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to be not far from you next year.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're moving to Spain, aren't you?
Crazy France.
France. Oh, yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah, he's in France right now.
But, you know,
And
it's
we're
like,
actually looking at Greece.
brilliant. And, you know, for us that kind of coach people to live the dream and create that lifestyle, we've got to be doing it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're hypocrites.
If COVID hadn't hit, I would be there already. But I can't travel right now.
But it sounds like you're close on the way now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what's the one piece of advice that you would give to somebody who right now, like, you know, is a business owner, they've got a business idea and, you know, they don't think they can succeed. They're a bit lost, like the kind of people that you work with that are in that situation. What's the first piece of advice you'd say to them?
Well, first thing is get a coach, because it's important to have that vision nailed down. You need to know, and it's not just your business vision, it's your whole life vision. You need to know in all aspects of your life, what do you want? Where do you want to be? And figure that out, because really a business is only one of those vehicles to get you living the life you want.
Yeah.
Not your life. And that's the difference between working in your business, on your business. That business, the revenue you're going to have from that business is going to be the vehicle to give you the life that you want to have. So what is that you want? So if you're just pinpointing on a business, wrong. You need to have a coach sit down with you, work with you, figure out where do you want to be. And with some of your young entrepreneurs, it's not just 3 years out. Where do you want to be in 5, 10, 15 years? And figure out what that succession plan is.
Yeah, nice.
You're not going to be in your business forever.
Yeah.
So that's super important to have that figured out. And once you've got that, then same as your program you took me through, then you reverse engineer it back and figure out what does that look like? You know, what little snack size, bite size every year do you need to do? And you're going to be adjusting and readjusting that as time goes on, because life's fluid. It doesn't stay static as it is. So you have to kind of move and adjust with whatever the universe throws at you along the way.
Yeah, amazing advice.
And figuring out that vision is so important. And that's what held me back, was limited beliefs and just not knowing. Like I figured, once I sold my business, what am I going to do? When you helped me figure out, okay, here's your new vision, that gave me the fuel to go, I want that.
Yeah,
that's
got it.
You got to have that. If you don't have that, you're not going to have the energy, the stamina to push through. And if you think that business is all glory, think again. Business is hard.
It's hard, but is it?
It's fulfilling and it's satisfying, but it's hard work. And you have to, you're passionate about whatever you're doing to survive and to succeed.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Brilliantly said. But honestly, would you say now, with what you're experiencing, has it been worth it?
100%.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Absolutely. I would be living here like this if it wasn't for exactly that, getting clear on the dream and then working with coaches and mentors and investing in whatever it was I needed to then have me actually fulfill it. Yeah. Yeah,
it's
amazing.
Because you have that vision and you're passionate about it. If you weren't passionate and you didn't have that vision, you probably would have given up.
Just given up, yeah.
Because you don't know how to get past all the stuff, and it's exhausting when you're trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And that's why I got to autopilot. That's just how I knew I had to keep going.
Yeah.
But I wasn't having fun at it, and it was just getting up and doing the same old every day, and that's exhausting.
Yeah.
But I had children to support. You know, there's reasons why. That's what gave me the strength to keep doing it. Was it fun? No. You know, if I could go back, and I wouldn't change anything in my life other than I would have got a coach a lot earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that.
And I would have enjoyed it a lot more, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would have got a coach way earlier if I'd have known how powerful it is. So look, Lana, if somebody wants...
all you young entrepreneurs that are listening to this, listen to this old lady that's
and me.
Get a coach.
Yeah. So Lana, if somebody's interested to find out about you and what you do, how can they find you online?
You can find us at bizacademy.com, bizacademi.com. We're also on Instagram. So
Okay.
Instagram, you can go through Linktree, and we also have a network, a community, international community network that we're building through Biz Academy.
Okay.
On Mighty Networks, and we've got people from all over the world. We started it just this past January, and we've got over 100 and plus members already from Croatia, Scotland, France,
Wow.
Japan, China, different places in the US, Costa Rica,
So
from
amazing.
from Spain.
When you move to France, tell me and I'll come over and we'll open a bottle of wine and we'll watch a sunset and laugh at it all.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Lana,
Yeah.
thank you so much for jumping on this interview today. It's been really interesting, and I know that the viewer has got some great insights from you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's nice to reconnect with you.
Brilliant. Cheers, Lana. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.